Hello, good evening, and good welcome to Xbox Tavern's brand new season of content for our Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern, episode 160th. I'm Jamie, and this week I'm joined by the one and only MPV Graham.
Good hello.
Good hello, MPV Graham. How are you? Is that a new camera? That looks nice.
Yes, it is.
And I have one more question for you. Did you miss the dubstep? I bet you've been gagging for it over the last 6 weeks since we haven't been recording, haven't you?
No, I have not missed it one bit.
It was like a choir of angels in my ears just then as it started playing. I thought,
That's all right. I have kids that can provide another level of dross that keep feeding into my ear. So yeah, it can get worse than dubstep, but I can live. Yeah, I don't miss it.
Right, well, we'll make sure to play some more later on for you, just to keep the energy up. In the meantime, someone who does appreciate the dubstep, we've got the 1 point. Wait, it's been 6 weeks. Surely by now, 1.7 million man in.
He is 1.7 million man.
He's done it.
I'd like to say I did it today, but
do you know what the game was that pushed you over the line?
it was a random game called Sophia, and it was an achievement called Mastermind.
Very nice. Well, congratulations, 1.7 at last. It only took you fucking 6 months, it seems.
You did take me ages because I didn't know I got today, but yeah.
Marching towards 2 million points, maybe by the end of the month, yeah?
Maybe. Well, no, not even going to say maybe. Why am I saying maybe? No chance. End of the year, a push. But
I believe in you. We all believe in you, Ian. And we've held him off long enough. Scottish Gruff Ross, the man, the myth, the legend. Come on in.
Hello.
How are you, Scottish Gruff Ross?
I'm very well. Yourselves?
We are all together now. Spiffy. Yeah, it's been a while. We've obviously been 6 odd weeks since we've done a proper podcast. We've done a few Project Game Pass streams. We've done a sort of impromptu podcast when our Project Game Pass stream of X-Defiant shit the bed, and we decided to just shoot the shit instead. But yeah, we're finally back, episode 160th. Excellent. I am ready to record, as we hopefully will do from now on at 8 p.m.
Ish.
Without further ado, let's get on and talk about some video games, shall we? And let's start with Project Game Pass, because obviously, like I said, that's the only thing we've really done recently. For the month of July, we picked Human Fall Flat. And I'm going to go to Ross first while I sort out my issues. Ross, how was your experience of a Human Fall Flat?
I mean, my experience was fantastic. I don't know how Gray's arse is feeling, but apart from that, that was fucking great.
That sounds really bad.
Exactly. No, that was fucking great off. That's exactly the sort of game that we need for Project Gamecast, because there's no train of thought behind it. There's no real trying to work anything out. It's just absolute mayhem, chaos, and just fucking great laugh. Launching people in catapults, yeeting them off the edge of cliffs. Yeah, it was just fantastic. Watching Ian sabotage our little setups to try and get through the maps. Yeah, it was some good funs. Looking forward to hopefully jumping into a bit more of it in the coming weeks.
It was fun to kind of just throw in anything you want out there. Like, you can be annoying, we can also help at the same time.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed being more annoying than helping. But sometimes it can be more useful. Just use your own body for switches, and then was like, pull this box over here. Like, I'm just standing on it.
I'm just going to jump on it.
It was like, we've got to do it correctly. Like, yes, this is correctly. Stand on the button. You go through, and I'll respawn.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself but play it properly.
It was the bit where trying to push the train constantly. And then the train will get pushed, and then you try to jump the gap, but then the gap gets too big because the train's falling back.
So, Graham, have you played it before? I forget what you said.
No, not well. I think I've turned it on before, but I probably had a little look of it, but not played it to any extent of completing a level as such. So a bit new to me, but yeah, great fun.
So see, what we done, was that classed as like, I know we done more than one puzzle. Is that like one level or one area, or how did what did that actually like work out as?
What do you mean?
Like, so you know how like we done various different puzzles, and then we got to the last bit where it was like the castle type idea. Was that
Yeah.
one level, or was that various different levels? How many levels are in the game type idea?
I think
What
there's
was our
about,
progression? What did we
yeah,
do?
progression is about 16 to 20 levels. And
Oh.
every time you jump through the hole and it goes all black and then you land somewhere else, that's where it's
Uh-huh.
a new level.
Ah, right. So we done what, about 5 levels? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
co-op
more or
is about
less.
5.
Yes, yeah, like you're saying, it goes through various levels and stuff, but there's also extra. I think they call them dreams, didn't they? Where they're like shorter levels, but they're like weird setups. It's not just a case of puzzles. It's like you're one of them's underwater. They just added recently. One is what's the other new one they added? It's on the boats and stuff, isn't it? I think.
Oh, I remember seeing the like
Um,
DLC thing for downloading them. Yeah.
Yeah. So they add a lot of the different stuff in, but yeah, overall, I think it was pretty fun. Extreme. How long did we play for? An hour or so? An hour and a half?
About an hour and a half, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, about an hour and a half, just under 2.
Yeah, and it was it was it was lots of fun. I watched a little bit back the other day when I was at work, and I had to stop because I think I was just going to start laughing at randomly at my desk. I don't really want to have to explain what's going on. Yeah, you can watch that stream now. Ian, I know you said you played it before, so I was kind of listening while I was trying to sort out my issues there. Did you say you played it with just your son before? Was it? Or...
I've played it a couple of times. Obviously, I've completed it, standard me. But I played it a few times with my son. And I've also played with a couple of online friends, like Ross on the channel and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's good fun. Like you say, you can cause just a lot of kind of banter, isn't it? Because you're playing. Like I say, when you're trying to go through something, then when it starts going a bit wrong, is when you kind of get all frustrated and just everything goes out of the window and you're just causing carnage more than anything.
Yeah.
Or shouting at each other unnecessarily because someone's put a box somewhere and like, no, the box should go here. Like, no, it's go here.
I do seem to have a vague recollection of because obviously, like I said, me and you played quite a lot of it. So we were letting Graham and Ross trying to solve one bit in the medieval one. We're trying to push the box, like to make the bridge on the wheels, and you two were like, "No, push the other way." We're just like standing there like,
we got there in the end. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I got everyone in. I just didn't get in myself.
Yeah, it's good fun. It was good.
It's good the way that you can get everyone to go complete the level, but it's good that if someone gets ahead, it kind of doesn't slow the thing down. You can kind of move forward and progress. Yeah. And like you say, if one person gets the exit, everyone gets the exit because it respawns everyone in. So it's kind of nice that way that you can keep the game going. If you do get to the end and
they had to really, that'd be the worst. Being stuck at the beginning because
or everyone had to complete the level. It'd be a nightmare waiting constantly for everyone to complete the level, especially some of the mechanics are trying to move around.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, so it's good. Like I said, the YouTube stream is up on YouTube now, I guess. You go watch that and feel free to enjoy that. It's not so successful as our X-Defiant stream. We spoke about that already. I don't suppose anybody else has even attempted to look at it again. I know I haven't.
Not a snowball's chance.
I was the one who was enjoying it.
I did have a quick peek at it, and I realised I don't like that and turned it off.
I don't like this.
I mean, the developers literally said, like in a public statement, if you don't like it, just don't play it. And they were like, all right, fair enough. So
we fucking won't.
That's a standard statement for every game, surely.
It is a standard, but it's not normally the people making the game saying, if you don't like our game, go away.
Yeah, fuck off.
But yeah, so Human Fall Flat, great.
It's one of the ones where
hopefully we'll get one more stream in. Yeah. Go on, sorry.
It's one of the things, I'm a completionist. I like to complete everything, at least try to. And I loaded it up and went, I don't want to complete this. What am I doing? And just turned it off.
That's fair enough. That's fair
Not even complete it. I just didn't even want to touch that again. Not a fan of these FPSs anyway, but that was nowhere an endearing one. It left no positive feelings at all.
Like when Overwatch first launched type idea, I could see its merits. It had something about it. It was unique. It was fun. And I could see the general appeal for it. But that was just shit. Even like having it as obviously the Ubisoft operator type stuff based, it was still too shit to have enough redeeming qualities.
But for it to still be talked about, though, it must have some sort of love for it to keep being talked about. Otherwise, surely it would just have faded out by now.
Yeah. See, I was genuinely enjoying it. Like I said, when I played with Dan, and I even played quite a bit on my own before we played. But I normally playing with a group enhances it, but it didn't float anyone's boat. Even I found myself put off by the time we finished playing. Like, it just because we were getting so dominated by people who played way more than us, and that last game, admittedly, that was my fault. I thought ranked would be fairer than that. We got put at the level like 120 players. Or whatever.
That was so unnecessary.
So what is this?
Yeah, let's go play rank mode to be more fairer. No, it's not. It's
I think it did rank you based on your actual rank, not just
No.
Good luck.
No, we ended up playing against 4 virgins who've never left the house.
Yeah.
Got absolutely destroyed. But anyway, that was X-Defiant. We can put that in the bin now. Human Fall Flat was great. Maybe we'll get one more streaming before I go on my bi-monthly trip to Florida. We might not be able to.
With those Cayman Islands funds.
We'll see. Exactly. Yeah, got to embezzle something somewhere, and obviously the end of July is approaching fast. I'm sure we'll pick a new game for August that you guys can play together while I'm away. But yeah,
Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable. I mean, AJ did suggest Neon White as like a competition style thing, but I know Graham's not a big.
You suck a chud. You're not doing that to me again.
Anyway, we can talk about that. We can talk about that later because I'm not here, so it doesn't matter to me.
Why can't it be Neon Black?
Whoa!
Oh,
go on, Graham.
nothing. I thought he was just being saying, "Why not that game?" But he was just saying a joke.
He was. Yes.
I haven't even heard of Neon White, Black,
Nope.
White, Neon White.
Neon
Yeah.
White.
I wish I hadn't either.
Anyway. It's been a while. We've shaken the rust off now. Let's get into some video games, shall we? Some things that we have been playing and enjoying. We've obviously got a hell of a list considering we haven't been here for 6 weeks. I'm not going to go through the whole 6 weeks, although not far off by looking at the list we got here. Ian, I'm going to go to you first because why not? Tell me about Lonely Mountain Downhill.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not?
I refuse. Oh, his mic
Oh,
died.
it's my side. Oh, every time. I do this every time.
Tactics,
All right.
there, Jay.
He got stage
All right,
fright.
I tell you what. Ross, come on. Let's get out of the way. How's your football networks? Networks, going?
Oh, it's so fun. Spectacular. No, we are. So I think the last time I updated you, we hadn't started the season, but we were due for the first game of the season to be Brighton, Bristol City. Bristol City absolutely fucking hammered Brighton. It was an absolute massacre. Since then, the ship has been sort of stabilised. Both teams have. I've lost 2 games all season. He's only lost 1. He just lost to Watford. I've lost to Arsenal and him. I'm in the final of the Carabao Cup. He's got the second leg of his semi-final to play against Villa, which he won 2-1 to get to the final. Champions League, I was drawn against, I cannot remember, Milan. It was somebody for that city in the world. I think it was Milan. He got Real Sociedad in the first knockout stages. FA Cup has just been drawn. I've got Burnley. He got an undecided team because they are still to play each other. So still in all the cup competitions. The league is down to 3 points. He does still have to come and play at my home stadium. So there's a good chance that if I can get a result there, go level at the top of the table, but he does have a substantially better goal difference. So it's a very tight season so far. We are just coming into the turn of the year. We are in the turn of the year. January transfer window's just opened. So yeah, it's shaping up to be another tight season. He had a few years of utter domination, and as much as he's still the dominant team, it's starting to get a bit closer. So my youth players are starting to now hit the higher levels, which I'm hoping can sort of overturn his dominance in the league.
Very nice indeed. And you saying before we started, you're doing this in preparation to move on to, is it 25 coming up?
Potentially, yes. We're not 100% sure yet. Obviously, we're playing this on FM22, so we've missed a couple of years of the new generations of the games, but Football Manager 25 is going through a complete overhaul of the game from the ground up. So they are sort of they basically said FM24 will be the last in its current cycle of games. So it's moving to the Unity engine, which is the same engine that City Skylines is built on. So depending on how big the advancements and things like that are in the new game, once we've started to get a wee bit more information about it, we'll either jump in and start a new save on FM25, or if it's not a great deal different, we'll probably just continue on to this one.
Very nice.
One of the big points of moving to FM25 is with the way that they're now designing Football Manager, the saves are just constant progression. So if we start a game in FM25, it can carry over to every new generation of the game. So you don't need to worry about that's your save finished.
They started that last year, I think 2024.
Yeah, it started it last year, yeah. So now that that's an option, it might be that if we start in 25, this would be technically our last ever save, because we will just play that through every generation of Football Manager going forward.
Nice. Well, I for one look forward to your travails and trials and tribulations.
You talking shit.
Do you know what? Just going off that quickly, I've been playing some more Tractor Boy stuff.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not going to go into it because I've just been playing a few games, but I've got a few goals, got a few salmons. And it's been doing well. So I'm getting into the football spirit.
That's what I like to hear.
One day I might have a clue what you're talking about when you
yeah.
Talking, but
one day it might come home.
One day it might come home. I mean, who knows, eh?
More chances
that'd be an
to win
excellent
again,
major tournament in Scotland.
Anyway, thank you very much, Ross. Thank you, Ross. Graham, we'll go to you now.
Yes.
Tell me about dealer's choice. Either one of the ones you got down here. Which would you prefer to start with?
I'll start with SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2, just because they're easier and quick to go through. It was just I saw them sneaking into Game Pass, and I thought I'll give the first one a shot and see what it's kind of like. I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of like you dig in, you have to go back, sell the treasure, go back, get upgrades, go back further, get a bit further each time, go back. And I was like, yeah, I miss those kind of games. They're a bit kind of old schoolish. And then like 3 hours later, I was like, oh, I'm very invested in this. I was like, okay, I can kind of see this through. I was just sort of burning through it. And then within a kind of few days, I realized I completed the first one. I was like, that was actually quite fun. I quite enjoyed that. Yeah. It wasn't overly difficult. It's just that
what sort of games are they? Because I've heard a lot about them, but I don't really know much about them at the same time.
Half platformer, half kind of strategy digging, really. You just have to sort of careful where you dig so you don't get yourself into an enemy. Then the combat is slightly difficult, but it's meant to be because there's not a lot of it. It's just that you have to try and avoid the fights. You have to try and sort of land rocks on their heads or just avoid them, because you're not supposed to fight them until you get to a certain bit where an upgrade where you can kind of turn the tables a little bit. But then the boss fights were a bit piece of cake. They weren't overly difficult once you're sort of fully upgrading, etc. So it's not like they're overly difficult games. They're just kind of like they're the pick up and play ones that you sort of I've only got about sort of half an hour. It's one you can just jump straight back into, progress it a little bit, and basically leave it there and come back to it. It's those kind of ones. They don't really make so many of those anymore that you can sort of play for a little bit and then come back to and know exactly where you were and sort of take on. Like usually I keep diving into sort of these lengthy ones that sort of kill all my time, whereas those ones were just quite a quick, nice one. And after smashing the first one, the second one, I thought, oh, they've done this slightly bit different, but they've done the upgrades a little bit different. And then after you get past the first sort of 45 minutes, and then it's sort of, oh, okay, no, it's back to how it kind of was again, and sort of progression, etc. And same sort of game, same sort of style, same sort of length, and same sort of difficulty. It was just following on the story from the first one. And they're great little kind of platformer ones that, old style games that are, fun to pick up and play, not that difficult, that you can just sort of play through, storm through.
Very nice, very nice. So I don't know if the second one's not long come out, I don't think, but it's the first time they're on Xbox, if I'm not mistaken, or at least certainly in Game Pass.
That's what I heard. Always just because the fact that both sort of sneak into Game Pass. Every now and then, if their one catches my eye, I was like, I'll give it a taste and see what I kind of think. And
it's not another 100-hour RPG that you.
Fortunately,
play.
no. But where you saw what the other one was, that definitely was.
Yeah. We'll get to that very very shortly. Ian,
Hello.
He's back. We've got definitely no tech issues in the last 6 weeks. That's for sure. Ian,
I know. Dave. I had a funny feeling you were going to me first. I was like, don't go to me first.
right? I'm gonna try this again. Shall we rewind? Ian, I see you've been playing Lonely Mountain Downhill. Tell me all about it because I love that game.
I fucking love it too. I've finally got all the achievements in it. Prevailed. I bought the DLC recently. They bought a few tile updates, but they also bought a new DLC called Riley's Return. Again, it's one of those games where it's just nice. It wasn't not difficult, but there's quite like a learning curve trying to get things on the time trials. But it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's just nice, mind-numbing game. Just not thinking nothing too taxing. Just keep going downhill, and then just like it's always quite cool trying to find the fastest route because obviously you can follow the main path to get to the goal. But reality is you need to go off road and try and find like a shortcut to try and get that time down or quicker.
So is that just the end of the game? You just got to get downhill as quickly as possible.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you got checkpoints, and there's one where you get no checkpoints at all. There's mainly you get the checkpoints, and that helps you from stopping it. But sometimes you can't. Like for example, one of the challenges is you can't fall off your bike more than 18 times, for example.
Oh, okay. It's like little objectives.
Yeah, or get downhill in 2 minutes 10 seconds. Obviously, if you follow the main path, you get down in maybe 2 minutes 30. So you need to go off route to try and find quicker time or quicker strategy of where you need to go.
You can only go off route at certain points, can't you? It's not like you could just jump off a rock and just hope for the best. There's like designated shortcuts.
The designated shortcuts and designated off-roady areas where you can go. And obviously, you have 6 different bikes as well. Some have got better suspension than others. Some are faster. So one that's really fast, like a javelin, it's called, but that's pretty much like a road bike. So you can't even jump off like cliffs or like little jumps because you just crash straight away. But it's the fastest one to get through, kind of from A to B if you just go in a straight line.
I have a question for you. The controls on that game are the default ones, I think, are where it's like 360 control. But I had to change it to left and right. As if
I changed left and right too. I couldn't get my head around.
Yeah, no, I hated the 360 controllers. So that once you got the left and right, even though you're looking like top down and you sort of go in isometric style, it's so much easier to.
Left. I know Jake used to reviews for us. He used to do a 360 and it was so much easier than left and right. My brain could not comprehend it.
No. I'm glad we agree on that one. Inversion, no, but left.
Oh no!
Tank control.
You're sided with him, Ian.
No, for once, we're together for once.
Ian's going to be going inverted in any time.
Oh, God, I'm not a paedophile.
One day I'll get him. One day. But yeah, no, it like you said, it's a nice sort of chill game to play where you're not. You can have a challenge, but at the same time, you can just.
It's also a good one where, like, say you want to listen to music or you want to kind of like not have your full focus because obviously you have to focus on going quickly, but it's not like ones where like you're getting to a storyline and keep doing the next one. You can kind of like pause it and then go do something quickly or get distracted and then come back.
Yeah.
But I did find myself sometimes like on one level, I just kept crashing, kept not getting the actual time challenges. But it's one of those ones where you just go, you know what, I'm not going to stop it anymore. Put it away. Came back in like maybe an hour later when I played something else, and then boom, did the first try.
Yeah,
so it's one of those
trials,
kind of
like in it, like just one more go, one more go. But yeah, it's again that could be if we were doing a challenge one, that could be a fun Project Game Pass one. Although I think you might have a bit of a head start on all of us now because it's been years since I played it, and I don't think these two have played it at all yet.
No.
Yeah, it's a good game, fun little downhill mountain biking game. Much better.
I think the only reason I would have never found it was when we went to one of those expos ages ago, and it was there on one of those shows, and it's like it goes to show that they do work sometimes because I would have played it otherwise if I didn't go to one of those shows and played it.
Yeah, nice. And obviously, you read Xbox Tavern's review on it, which was glowing, and I don't remember what I gave. I probably should have looked it up, but it was very good. I very much enjoyed it.
What would be your guess? Let's have a look.
While Ian looks that up, then I'll jump in with some. I really can't remember. Is that maybe an 8 something? 8.5 maybe? I don't remember at this point.
Give it a 7.
Really?
Oh, didn't like it as much.
That seems lower than I remember, but there must have been a reason.
Some
for
dodgy
it.
physics
all the
at
DLC
time.
and stuff been added there. Yeah, there were moments actually, like you said, with the shortcuts. that I remember. Like I had it, and then my guy would just be like, just fall off the bike. Like, what? Yeah.
Oh, he's convinced himself he doesn't like it now.
Yeah, actually, no. You know what? It's the worst game I've ever played. I'd rather play Road Rage.
Physics master.
Yeah, I was say
game and a half.
that's a game. That's something.
A game in the barest possible sense of the term.
I mean, calling it a game is being generous.
But yeah, Lonely Mountain Downhill, very, very good game. Obviously, I gave it 10 out of 10. And we go from there. Nice. Thank you very much, Ian.
Yes.
Let's talk about some other video games, shall we? I'm going to jump in with some Dungeons of Hinterberg because that's the big one of the week. That's the sort of more recent one out of the lot I've got on my list. I didn't expect to like it. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer and stuff before it came out, and if you sort of had any interest in it before it coming out. It's shown at some game Xbox showcase and stuff. And something about it, I was like, that doesn't look like it's for me at all. So I just sort of didn't give it a second thought. We got offered a review code, or Corey asked to review it, but he ended up being away, so he couldn't do it. So I was like, do you know what? I'll just give it a go. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? And it's like Dragon's Dogma all over again. I'm having a great time. It's not as good as Dragon's Dogma 2, obviously. But yeah, I'm having a great time.
Anything's better than Dragon Dogma.
It's like it's sort of Zelda-ish with a bit of one of the guys.
It's a better version of Dragon's Dogma 2.
It's got a bit of Dragon's Dogma to it, a bit of Zelda, a bit of like I think the guy was saying like Persona, like social stuff. So you got to chat to people. It's got, and I'm
oh dear.
I was hesitant to say this next phrase, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Uh-oh.
For me, it's got very lake vibes. Like it's just a nice game you can play and just chill out. It's not too stressful, not too difficult. Even like the dungeons gradually get harder and harder, as you imagine. They've all got different difficulty levels assigned to them. But if you work through them in order and make sure you upgrade your stats and get some new weapons, nothing's really too much of a challenge. The only times I've really died is when I've jumped off the world rather than into like deep water because you can't swim, rather than actually dying in combat. The combat's a little bit weak itself. Like you've got a sword attack where you do heavy and light attacks. That side of it's a bit like by the numbers, but you get what are called attack conduits, and each set of dungeons has got its own specific couple of powers. So the first one you get like a big like wrecking ball which explodes. You can drop down, and also you get a chain that you can grab enemies and pull them towards you like Scorpion. And in those set of dungeons, all the puzzles are designed around those two powers. And then obviously the combat encounters, you could use them as well as attack conduits. And attack conduits, you can have up to 3, and you can swap them out when you're not in combat. So I've got ones that deal like a meteor shower, one that deals like explosive butterflies, I think they call them, but it's just basically like a napalm strike type thing. And then a few other ones that I swap and change. But yeah, that side of the combat, when you're not just hacking and slashing, is actually a lot of fun. You just have to like build up your meters because they're on like a cooldown timer. The puzzles themselves, again, nothing that's really going to tax you. It's not like you're going to be sitting there scratching your head for going, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing right now? But it's very, like I said, like Zelda dungeons. So you'll see, the exit gate way in the distance, and then in between there's a load of doorways and levers and switches and all sorts of gubbins in the way to try and figure out. And excuse me, some of the levels are just more straightforward, like push this block onto this switch to open this door, and some of them start some of the later ones I've been playing yesterday, like you rotate parts of the level, so it's almost like anyone ever played Captain Toad? I don't know why I'm asking that question. I feel like it's a stupid question.
What? No.
Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker? No. Okay, fair enough.
That
well,
one.
it reminds me that it's basically like isometric, but you can rotate certain sections of the world to make new pathways and stuff, and it's really clever. But it's not, like I said, you're not going to be sitting there going, I can't figure it out, because you've got like 2 options of what you need to do at all times. So it's not overly complicated. The days themselves in the game are broken up into 4. So in the morning, you have a little chat with someone. Once you upgrade it, you can get a little buff for the rest of the day, so you can get extra health or extra magic power. Noon, you get to do the dungeon itself. So you go into like a semi-open world, and you have to find the dungeons. And within that semi-open world, there's other combat scenarios, there's other puzzles, there's spots where you can rest and like get extra stats like health or magic or defense, stuff like that. but you can only do one thing a day. So if you don't do a dungeon and you rest and get some extra health, like boost your health, then you have to wait till the next day to come back and try a dungeon. And then in the evening, you get to go around the town and you get to pick, again, one person to sort of hang out with if you want to. So I think there's 16 people in total, that, like the main characters. And again, you get to pick one, and each one has a certain skill tree attached to them. So you might get an extra health slot, an extra attack conduit slot. Your damage might be increased, stuff like that. Some of them are more useful than others. Like one of them unlocks the photo mode. I was like, I'm not doing that. you can keep your photo mode.
Yeah,
I'd rather have something to help me in the actual gameplay.
Throw that in, unlock jukebox mode.
Yeah, and you don't have to do any of it. It's optional, so you could just skip it and go back to the evening of the day, which is when you go to bed, and you can choose to upgrade some stats rather than sleeping as a punishment to your health the next day. And initially, I wasn't overly keen on this aspect. I'd rather have almost done it more traditional, like get skill points and assign them to what you want. But as I've been playing, I've actually quite enjoyed, obviously, chatting to people. As you know, I love a bit of a chat, but I've quite enjoyed the way it forces you to focus on one rather than the other. So rather than just getting 10 skill points and you'd be like, right, I'll have a bit of extra health, I'll have a bit of extra, you actually have to go through and decide what you want to focus on at a time, and then plan your next day around what you've just upgraded, whether you got new weapons or extra abilities, stuff like that. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, the writing's very, very simple. It's not like you're going to be writing home to your family going, this is the greatest narrative I've ever heard of, but it's enjoyable enough. Simple, like I said, very lake vibes of it. And I've been enjoying it way more than I ever thought I would do. I did hope to write my review today, but I ended up eating too many chicken wings and falling asleep. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or Tuesday. But yeah, really, really enjoying it. Way more than I thought I would. So it's out on Game Pass. It came out, was it 16th? I think it was a few days ago.
It came out recently.
So yeah, if you're even remotely interested, I'd highly suggest giving it a go. I think it's going to be not necessarily in my top 5 of the year, but it's certainly going to be higher up on my list than I ever imagined it would do. So yeah, I would go play Dungeons of Hinterberg. If I sold it to anyone, obviously I know you all love a bit of Lake and you all love a bit of chatting.
I'm interested to have a look at
that. I do wonder whether it'd be your sort of thing, Gray, but I'm not sure about the other two. I think Ian might enjoy it, but I don't know about Ross.
The shades, the cell shade vibes gives me Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's certain elements to the combat of Hi-Fi Rush. Obviously, Hi-Fi Rush is a lot fast-paced and rhythm-based, whereas this is, again, outside of the hack and slash, is more power-based rather than trying to get combos.
It looks like a better version of Ocarina of Time.
I mean, just.
I know you had me on the hook, but you mentioned Hi-Fi Rush. I'm slowly slipping off that hook.
Ocarina of Time as well. Keep on.
I don't
hook.
mind that.
Well,
That keeps him on the hook. I'm
right.
I'm all right with that.
But yes, go on, Ross.
I was going to say Ocarina of Time. That's from that series that I've never played.
Outrageous.
You're lucky.
What's this? But yes, I'd highly recommend it. Like I said, it's enjoyable and way more enjoyable than I thought it'd be. So, go check it out right now. And again, my review will be up very, very soon in the next few days, hopefully. Certainly before I go on holiday, but in the next few days, ideally. Right, let's go back to Ross, shall we?
Yes,
Because he's been playing also a very simple hack and slash.
You're playing more than one game. Bloody hell.
That's very easy and simple on the eyes. Do you get to talk to many people in Elden Ring?
you do. Yes, it's actually one of the only ways to sort of find side stories. I'm actually finding a great deal of satisfaction in not having my hand held with like quest markers.
Fucking I miss you start to miss it after a while.
No. I've sort of started getting dragged left, right, and centre over the map by just speaking to random people and discovering that the game is not as linear as I maybe first thought it was, even though it's huge. The side
nowhere near linear.
No, but I'm just meaning as in like if there is a very obvious path of progression about how you work your way around the map type idea. But once because obviously there's no marker saying go speak to this person, and then once you spoke to him, the next quest marker appears. It's very easy just to sort of miss everything.
Yep.
Unless you do a J and speak to every cunt in their dog.
I mean, there is actually a dog in Hi-Fi Rush you can talk to as well.
Yeah.
Not Hi-Fi Rush, Dungeons of Hinterberg, sorry.
So I was playing it to get into the DLC. I'm now in the DLC, so I'm playing through that. But the reason that I've put as many hours into it is my son has asked to start playing Elden Ring.
How's he back? Because last time we spoke, you said he played like a boss or two, and then
so he's went away home. He says he prefers playing it on the PC than the console, so that's fine. So he's been playing it on the PC. He's at a respectable level. So now that he feels a bit more comfortable playing it, he's jumped back on his console save, and he is doing all the running around, all the gathering of various different things, all the setting up for the fights, and then when we get to the boss battles, he hands me the controller. So if anybody throws the controller through the screen, it's my fault. So, but he's really enjoying it. I've went down like a massive deep rabbit hole in regards to the whole lore behind the Elden Ring and the whole set up with all the different demigods and stuff like that. So it's an incredibly dense game once you allow yourself to not get distracted by big ass bosses trying to kill you all the time.
Nice. So did you say, sorry, you been playing, have you joined together your forces or?
No. So he's got his save that he just gets me to do the really hard parts on, but he's doing most of the playing, just normal stuff.
And how far are you into the DLC? The Shadow of
I'm about I've played about 2.5 hours of it. So in regards to the size of it, probably just started it. But it's a very different land than what you're used to. It's very quite, I want to say morbid, but I suppose even the main game's quite morbid, to be fair, but a lot fucking harder than the base game because your character level doesn't matter as much. You have to gather certain things within the DLC to actually negate damage or increase your damage, and that's how you level up in the DLC. So, no, really enjoying it. I wish I'd got into the game when it first launched because it would have been definitely in my chat for Game of the Year. I don't think I can throw it in this year's conversation, given it's, 4 years old now? 3 years old?
It was 2022, I think.
Yeah, it's yeah, so no, fairly enjoying it. I often find that I have to jump in Elden Ring to de-stress after Football Manager, so deal with that information as you will.
Yeah, I was saying, I will be playing that game to de-stress.
I've often found myself switching FM off at like 11:30 at night and going, no, fuck, I just need an hour of Elden Ring just to calm myself down.
Just need my ass handed to me if you
exactly,
so I can go to bed with some dignity. Nice, excellent. Again, like we say every time, it's certainly something that should be up my street. I just I don't know, something about it doesn't appeal to me.
You like having hair.
Yeah, I mean, talk to enough people
for now. Exactly.
I mean, you can definitely talk to enough people. There's loads of people to talk to.
Not enough for Jamie though.
Not enough dialogue choices. Oh man, there's some good dialogue choice games coming up soon, but let's not get sidetracked. Let's move on, shall we? Let's go back to Graham, shall we? Graham.
Yes.
I know you can talk to a hell of a lot of people in this one.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I got myself back into the sequel of Octopath Traveler 2. So, and I said I wasn't going to do it straight away. And it's amazing. It's just as good as the first one. So in the same kind of way, you can pick any one of the start of the 8 sort of different people, and they've got like a different role: a cleric, a mage, a merchant, a thief, what's it called? An apothecary, and a warrior. And yeah, so they just got their different kind of roles. As you progress, you learn their skills, etc. And they each have their own kind of story as well. And the whole point is their 8 stories eventually start intertwining, and as you sort of engross yourself into that story, you can create a party of 4, and then you can see which kind of members work well together. But you're always locked in with the first one that you choose. So you have to pick one of them to start with, and you can't switch that person out of your party until you complete their whole storyline. But you can't complete the storyline until you've got to about level 50. So you're stuck with that person in your party. So you need to sort of be wary on who you pick on the first one, because if you're finding they're the weaker ones, you're stuck with them until pretty much you've completed the whole story piece.
Can you swap out everyone else though?
Everyone else is interchangeable, yeah, because it needs to be. But I mean, once you've got to halfway through the kind of piece, you can then pick up a second job, which is one of the other players' kind of jobs. So what, like the cleric can learn the mage's skills, and the mage can learn the warrior's skills, and you kind of interchain their kind of skills. But that's just one piece of it, of like setting up the kind of party. But as you progress to different towns, etc., you can sort of each character can do something to people in each town. So one can steal from them, one can lure them to other places, because there's little side quests that you can say, I need to speak to my son. He's losing he's taking advantage of his lifestyle. So you have to find him in another town, lure him back to the other town to complete the side quest to get the rewards that way. There's people that block doors, so you have to fight them to knock them out, to get them out of the way of a door to go in and see what's behind. One can sort of interrogate them, so you can learn information, get discounts, get find special like different hidden items, etc. There's so many different bits, so you find yourself half battling or half just roaming around the town doing all these little bits to find better items to set you up to go back out and start fighting a bit more. And some of like to get some of the extra skills you have to do and find a lot of extra stuff to get them, and there's special second jobs you can find. There's so many different kind of bits to the game, pieces that you can put together to do it. And then on top of that, you're playing through 8 different stories, but you can do it at your own leisure. As you go into a town that's got one of your character stories, it says, do you want to play the story, or do you just want to visit the town and come back to the story later? So you can just pick up the story when you're ready to go through it. And yeah, loving it. I think I've already committed to about sort of 60, 70 hours into it already. So it got hooked me from the same as the first one did. You just kind of buy into the story, and I'm coming to the tail end of it now. I've now completed about 5 of their stories. I think I've got about 3 left to finish off. But I know that's not the end of it, because after you finish the story, it goes, there's now connecting stories, and you get 2 of them that have a little after story piece together. And then I know there's going to be that same fucking gauntlet that's at the end of the first one. I was going to say the boss
rush at the end. We got to do
which I never did on the first one. It was just, but this one allows you to balance the teams out a little bit better, because there's like clicks. There's 2 people that if you put them 2 in a team, you know that they're going to sort of really sort of churn things up. So, if you put all 4 of them in one team, you're completely fucking the other 4, because they're the passengers. If you put a super team and a passenger team, that passenger team's never going to make it through. Yeah. So I'm fully aware that there's probably going to be another gauntlet at the end of this, but I hope I'm a bit more prepared. But yeah, I thought that on the first one, so we'll see what happens on that one. But yeah, absolutely loving it. It's got the same kind of draw that the first one had. And for such a sort of that kind of old school pixel art, sort of 8-bit looking kind of thing, there's so much kind of graphical and storytelling that they've done with it that it's just, it hooks you in. I'm a massive fan of that series. It's big fan.
I mean, I must admit, I was somewhat drawn in by the first one. I played the demo, I think on the Switch. Yeah, I got like 3 or 4 hours to play through the first chapter of whatever story it was, and I did quite enjoy it. But it's just not something like many things. I don't feel I could ever see myself playing the full thing, but I can see what the appeal is. And yeah, like you said, it certainly looks lovely. They called it 2D HD, I think they called it, the art style. So you got 3 people left. How much do you reckon you're going to be playing for? Another 60, 70 hours, or you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the end game bit's like. So after you've completed the main story, that they throw in extra dual stories where there's 2 of your members have got a little extra bit where I don't know, it might be an extra story piece, but you kind of at the end of it you can kind of see, oh, okay, so that he mentions the same person that end of the story mentions. You can see how they start merging the stories together. Obviously, it always ends up there's one giant evil, and it has a connecting tendril to each of the others. It's just how it all pieces together. So assume after you've done all the stories, then comes the little connecty bits, and then final gauntlet mode.
Nice. Well, keep us in the loop, keep us updated, see how much further you got to go, and see whether you can actually get through the final gauntlet on this one. And
we'll see.
And save the day. Save the day. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Loving
awesome.
it though.
Awesome. So once you finish that, you got to pick another 300-hour RPG.
No, I need to go back and finish Baldur's Gate 3. I'm annoyed that I didn't get myself back into it, but I can't play when the kids around. I've done that one.
You completed all.
I haven't. Not all.
There's still more.
I can't go back through and play all of that. Those are proper time trainers through.
And do you know what I was thinking the other day? I'm pretty sure I lent you Breath of the Wild about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, you did. I've still got that.
You need to play that as well.
That is true.
Yeah, that would do wonders for you. Anyway, thank you very much. Bit of Octopath Traveler
2.
Number 2. Ian, dealer's choice. Pick one of your remaining ones, and we'll go with that. And then I'll do one more. It's up to you, whichever you prefer.
Well, I'll do a quick overview. I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear Solid. Again, I played 2. I love 2, so I'm going back to 1 because standard. You go back yourself. Disappointed that the remake is just a pure port, because it just basically is. It goes on, and me, I love my achievements. To get one achievement really easy, you have to play it in French. So it's quite funny watching all the characters speak French.
Is there a reason for it to be in French? Is it just a random this will be funny?
No, you can play in English, but there's a way to get lock an achievement, which means you don't have to play on the hardest difficulty. You play it in French, and then when you start New Game Plus, it unlocks. Don't ask me why.
Trick.
Yeah, it's like a little
trick. I thought that was like a really weird achievement.
I was going to say, I thought you meant you literally had to play through the whole game in French just because.
No. To get this, it's been glitched. Like you get to move playing French.
I see. Okay.
So it's quite funny.
Getting these achievements in a legit way.
Yeah, semi-legit. But the main game I want to talk about probably is because I've been playing a lot more than Metal Gear, and that's Bleach Brave Souls. So it used to, well, you're not used to. It still is like an Android, iOS kind of game, and they've ported it over as a free-to-play for the Xbox. But it's played exactly the same as it is. So Bleach is one of my favorite animes. Back in the day, it's like one of the big 3. What's your anime, Oni?
What was this?
Bleach anime.
Bleach, yep. One of the very first ones I ever got into.
Yeah. So I've been playing the new Bleach Brave Souls that came out free to play. It's quite good. It's a port from a mobile game, so it plays quite annoyingly. Like it's where to say tap the screen, but you're not tapping the screen. You're using the controller, and you move around with the D-pad or the analog stick to move around so that you can click and touch. One of the cool aspects about it is because there's such a big roster of characters in the anime, they've pretty much ported all the anime characters into it. In a way, but obviously there's different versions of each character because sometimes, for example, one of the characters is a bit more stronger in the later anime than in the beginning. So when at the beginning it's only got half his power, whereas towards the end he's got his a Bankai, which is the final form. Again, it's got all the kind of enemies as well, so you can be them as well. So you can be like the Espadas. Yeah. You can be all the other villains in the actual anime. So again, you have a team of 3 in your team, in your roster, and again you have to level them up to kind of make them a bit more stronger. And you can go through the storyline as well of the actual anime. So the story mode is particularly interesting because it kind of just relives all the epic moments from the actual anime. But you play through as a character where you kind of either kill hollows or you fight the minor enemies in the actual anime. The kind of annoying thing is before, I don't know if you ever played stuff like WWE when it's all done by cards and stuff and summons. So you can't just get them. You've got to kind of unlock them as you go along, and then you get a 3-star card or a 4-star card. And then you can evolve them to be a 5 or a 6-star. They're quite generous in they've given me 2 at the moment really powerful 6-star cards, which is the max level. It's one for starting the game, or one was a special anniversary kind of edition one.
Is it like a card-based battler then? Is it?
No, it's not a card-based battle. So it's you unlock cards to kind of actually unlock your characters. But then when you kind of play the anime, it's like a sort of mini hack and slash. But you can do autoplay as well, which is quite cool. So say you wanted to kind of speed quick and it's annoying, but I don't prefer that. I prefer actually playing the game myself for once. So yeah, you can. Not like a pretty much like a Forza style. And each character's got like special moves and stuff. So like you kind of go through hack and slash, different buttons, different special skills you have. And then you get like a one-time like super special skill, which like does like a little anime cut skin of them actually like doing a massive slash or like unlocking their power and like doing like a special move. Every time you do a level, you obviously get rewards at the end, and obviously you can like do like special missions to kind of get more powerful, like items and like gems to kind of level up your character as well. I think they're called like orbs, but at different level, like mind orbs, power orbs, and stuff. And that way is where you can get your character kind of leveled up. And the main thing of the game is like I think they kind of churn it out by like getting cards and stuff. It kind of like because it's a mobile game as well, it kind of forces you to log in every day. So every day you log in, you kind of get more cards to unlock, more bonuses, more daily rewards and stuff. And that's the way you can get the characters. There's like a massive roster as well. And obviously because like I said before, where like there's different version of characters. Obviously you have to keep unlocking them, and then you say you get like obviously one of the main characters called Ichigo. Say you get like unlock a pack and you get like 4 Ichigos. You can use 3 of those Ichigos to make the other 4th one more powerful, and then that way you can kind of like merge cards together.
Okay, is it like in the same way as it was like a mobile-based game? Is it sort of time-themed? Like these ones are like the most powerful ones for this time of the week, or etc.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
so
it's all
keep
time
releasing new ones.
Yeah, they keep releasing new ones, but they give you like time bonuses and stuff. So, oh, you log in today, and if you log in 5 days in a row, you get a special 5-star character, which is part of this world. And then
that's very mobile gamey.
Yeah, but it's all done like you lock the cards to kind of get the characters, and then you do like your hack and slash mini games or story mode or side stories to kind of play for the game. And it covers all the anime as well, so it's like you're just going through the anime as you're playing through the levels. So it's quite kind of cool. And then sometimes they give like special bonuses of what they need to do. Say if you want 3-star, you have to use Rukia to get one of their 3 stars because she was part of the anime at that time when you're doing it. So force you to swap and change your squad as you play through as well. Yeah, so you're not just sticking on the same 3 powerful characters.
Yeah, there's reasons why you pick the other teams. There were extra benefits to picking other members at certain times.
Correct.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I do like those kind of games, but I'm not into Bleach. Well, I haven't got into Bleach.
No, it's one of my favorite animes. So as soon as I saw like, free to play, I did look at it on mobile. I played on mobile a little bit, but then I was like, I stopped playing it. But then now it's gone to Xbox, and I get achievements. I'm like, why not?
And how many Chivos have you got so far? Are you working?
I've got I think about 2 left. Like they unlock 200 characters and kill like 5,000 enemies, something like that. Okay. So it'll take a while to get those ones done. I think I'm only like 150 odd unlocks, and that's me actually grinding quite a lot when I played the other day. I haven't spent any money on the game.
I was going to say that, but have they coaxed any money out of you yet? But obviously not.
No,
good.
No, because you get so many daily login bonuses, and they give you so many orbs when you first start. You don't really need to. All you need to, as long as you log in every day, you eventually unlock all the characters, or enough for 200 characters, should I say? Yeah, nice. So I'm not really too bothered. I can wait. No immediate rush.
Yeah.
It's a shame you can't.
Sure
I think the one thing I did look. The only thing I was saying, I was looking into it, was you can't. I haven't found a way yet. Some people said they can't do it, but I haven't really found a way that you can't port your progress over. So, for example, I did so well on the Xbox, I can't carry that progress onto my phone. Sometimes it allows you to do both, and that's a shame. So it's like, I think your progress is all set to your Xbox One. If you're trying to have your phone, you want to be completely separate again. So that's a shame.
Usually it only happens if you create like an external account with whichever company it's with.
Maybe I need to look into it if I want to do that. Yeah, like one of those. I think K-Lab, I think they call the company. Maybe it's like a K-Lab.
Okay, yeah. Usually you have to create an account there, and that's what allows you to interchange between them.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, lovely bit of Bleach. I don't think I've ever watched Bleach. Obviously, it's one of the big ones, isn't it? But it's always been something to.
You have to watch Bleach.
It's no Dragon Ball Z, though, is it?
I'd say it's better, but okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people I think say it's better than Dragon Ball, but I'm a basic bitch anime fan. Dragon Ball, and that's about it. So, yeah, at least these days, anyway.
I'm not committing to answering that one. My heart says one. My heart says one thing. My head says another. So
Nice, excellent. Well, you can go check it out. Like I said, free to play. And yeah, see if you can. Can you fight other players, or is it just you against the AI?
You against AI.
Okay.
You can do like arena mode, but I haven't really looked into it, and it seems really cumbersome.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nice.
So I bet you can fight against players, but I haven't found a way to fight against your friends or anything like that.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, you destroy us all anyway, so there's no point playing now. Mr. Plays every day, literally. You can log in bonuses.
Technically, at the moment, I am, yeah.
Yeah. Nice, excellent. All right, well, I got a few on my list. I won't talk to, like Ian said, I'll skip over two of them real quick. Lifeless Moon, not very good, and Exit 8 on PC, bit weird, but very good. Like a weird, like liminal puzzle game. It's hard to explain without spoiling it too much, but yeah, if you're so inclined to play something a bit odd that lasts, I think I literally played it for 26 minutes to beat it. Yeah, go check it out. It's enjoyable enough. I'll get the sequel. I think it's a new on Platform 8 now, out now, but I'll get to that at some point in the near future. Yeah, Lifeless Moon, like I said, not very good. Like a real simple adventure game. It just, you can't talk to anyone. So
that's it.
0 out of 10.
That's why he hates it.
Yeah.
Get in the bin.
It's just, I mean, it has some decent qualities, but it's just, it wasn't what I was looking for. And by the time I got to the end of it, after like 3 or 4 hours, I was just like, no, I did not enjoy that in the slightest. My review of that is up on xboxhammer.com right now. You can go read that. But the main one I want to talk about, and I'm going to tremendously regret mentioning this name, but I've got to do it because I actually quite enjoyed the game. It's a game called, ready for it, Graham? Ian?
Yep.
Ross?
Got him.
It's a game called Clem.
Oh, yeah.
And it's from Mango Protocol. They've done 4 games in the series, in like this, they call it the Psychotic Universe. It's Agatha
Man's
Knife,
ears are
Colossus
burning
Down, and
It's been triggered.
Mechanica?
Just thinking of his comment in the...
Yeah, I mean, he skipped over the in joke there, but bless him. But he got there in the end.
So you say you form relationships in it?
In some of them, you might do, yes. So it's like a weird, like almost like a late MTV style cartoon aesthetic to it. It's a bit sort of creepy and exaggerated, but it's a nice looking art style. But this particular one is like a point and click adventure. So you're running around as this little homunculus character that's been created, and you have to find, MacGuffin A to put into MacGuffin slot B in order to open MacGuffin door C, etc., etc.
Resident Evil.
So yeah, basically. But it's split up into 5 chapters, and each chapter's got its own certain item you're looking for. You got this diary which gives you a list of items, and the character Clem asks for a certain item to find each day. And it's not, I thought it would be like randomized, so I need this, and you have to figure out to get it. But it's like a set of items out of this massive list. And you just go through and do the point and click adventure thing. So you find, like I said, item A to put in item B. Sometimes you got to backtrack on yourself a bit. Sometimes you get items in chapter 1 that you don't actually use till chapter 5. And it's all a bit weird and wonderful. There's lots of, not body horror, but like creepy, like disfigured, but not disfigured characters. Like it's all a bit like creepy without being like graphic. And again, another one I enjoyed way more than I thought I would. It only lasts, again, 3-4 hours maybe, but you gradually unlock more and more of this house. There's some puzzles in it that require, like I said, you to get a certain item. Some require that you get certain items that you then use in a specific way, and some that are require a bit more logic to it. So one of them, you need to actually look into your diary to figure out what the answer to a puzzle in a certain room is, which I must admit I didn't. I was at that point, I was like, the fuck am I doing here? I had these books on the shelf, and I had to figure out which order to open them in, and I couldn't fucking do it. So I ended up asking Jeeves, and then I was like, oh, of course. I mean, it still didn't make a lot of sense when I did it, but I kind of got the gist of it from there. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a bit weird, bit wonderful. And Ian, you'll be very, very pleased to know 1000 G'd it.
Ooh.
Oh, well done. I'm super proud of you.
By the time I'd finished it, I had all but one achievement, and then I had to go back and do the ending again. But do the nice ending, which I
Play it
did
in
the
French.
first time. Yeah, play in French to one last year. And it was it was again something I enjoyed way more than I thought I would. I didn't think I'd actually get much out of it, but I did enjoy their last one, or one before last, I think, Colossus Down. Gray, did you play that? I have a feeling you've played one of these games, but it doesn't. I reviewed one, and Anthony reviewed the last two, so I'm not sure if you have or not. But I feel like you had played one.
That doesn't ring a bell. I don't know if it's got a certain name.
Either way, I enjoyed the last one, and this one is just as good. The character, you can set the character movement speed from slow, medium, and fast. So I whacked it on fast, and then after about half hour, I was like, did it reset to slow? So I set it on slow. Fuck me, it barely moves. So I was like, nope, back to fast. It's so slow. But other than that, that's my only real major nitpick. It takes forever to walk from one place to the other, but eventually you unlock a teleport, so it's not so bad. But other than that, yeah, it's a good game, really. Well enjoyed the few hours I spent with it. Again, reviews up on xboxtavern.com right now. I gave it a whopping 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
A great out of 10.
More than downhill.
So, yeah, more than only downhill. Yeah. I was a lot harsher back then. I'm a bit more lenient now. Go check that out if you'd be so kind. That would be lovely. All right. We've talked a lot about video games we've been playing. I've no idea how long we've been going for. An hour already. Wow. See, we're back into the swing of things. We've got lots of video games we've been playing. Lots of awesome games and lots of pretty naff games. But Ross, 6 weeks I've been waiting to say this.
I'm going to have to be gentle with them.
Ross, can you very gently ease me in some pluggles, please?
I can indeed.
Oh.
Apple and Spotify podcast, if you could jump over there. He fucking wants Pluggle and then he fucks off. The rudeness of it. The absolute rudeness of it.
He's got to get the loop.
Yes, yeah. He's making sure everything's sort of tucked in, secure, and no mess is about to be made. Apple and Spotify podcast, if you can jump over there, leave us a wee review. 5-star would be greatly appreciated.
As well.
Exactly. We have an affiliate link for CD keys as well. So if you scan the code that's up on the screen just now, that will take you to our CD keys affiliate page. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it does give us a wee kickback if you decide to spend any money then. Written reviews can be found at xboxtavern.com. Jay will have a list of them later in the show. Socials have been running on the bottom of the screen since the start, so you'll find us in all major places, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, in some way, shape or form of at Xbox Tavern or at Xbox Tavern Official. Discord, jump over, come and shoot the shit with us, do guess the game, throw up suggestions for Project Game Pass, whatever you want to jump in and blather with us for. Be happy to hear what you've got to say. Insert coin. If you use promo code XBXTVRN, you can get £5 off orders over £50. Speaking of best pools, Jay, have you had any pools from Insert Coin recently?
Not yet. I was looking the other day. They got some Doki Doki stuff I was considering picking up. But I think there was this new Last of Us stuff I think I saw the other day. Wait, hang on, I'm just having a quick look now. New arrivals. Here we go. Oh, they got a fucking awesome looking Ace Attorney beanie. I'm not an Ace Attorney fan, but
you're going to need to be with all the slanderous charges you're getting flung at you for your fucking offshoot accounts.
Yeah, but yeah, that beanie looks awesome, and they got a nice new Last of Us jacket coming up, which again looks pretty cool. I don't think it really suit me, but I'm tempted with Joel's mug actually from Last of Us, especially considering I finished part 2 the other day. But yeah, lots of awesome stuff in there. Go check them out.
And last but by no means least, we are now official partners on YouTube. So if you want to jump over to the channel, you will see on the live show tonight there is various different merch linked on the show, including the screen for Jay because I wouldn't live to hear it if I didn't put it up. So we've got various different shops that are also attached to our channel that you can see directly from the page, as well as sign up for memberships, which means you'll get access to our After Dark, you'll get priority chat, and you'll also get a couple of wee stickers and emojis that you can put into the chat whilst listening.
Nice. Excellent. Thank you very much. There's lots of awesome stuff. Ross just I feel satiated now. I've had a good plug all. But you did spark my memory there, Ross, actually, as you were chatting about all the wonderful pluggles there you've done this.
Yeah.
Guess the game. You were doing well for a while. You really
I traded off the last couple of days.
Do you want to should we do one right now? And I've got
fucking
the
why
perfect
not?
one to do.
I'm getting distracted from my tan line.
I've got the perfect one to do.
I was wondering like what you were doing like this.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Just pulling his t-shirt.
I'm
What the fuck's he
excited
doing?
about getting Guess the Game on. If you want to bring up Guess the Game $7.95, because I think it's the last one you didn't join me on. So yeah, let's do that.
the latest one?
The latest one is $7.99.
I'm going back to $7.95.
But I'm not doing $7 because that was bullshit one today. I'd be amazed if any of you got it. So yeah, let's go back to $7.95. I want to see if any of you get it, because I got it on the very last guess. And yeah. So guess the .game while they're looking. If you're not
it's a very pixelated picture.
It is quite pixelated.
I was thinking that. No, but it throws to me like a very Diablo type camera.
It does.
Yeah, if you go to Guess the Game. You can play along with us. Like Ross said, join in.
Is he one young?
Put your poster scores in there.
Nah, wrong graphics.
So I'm trying to. I think I did it on my phone. Let me grab my phone. I want to see what guesses I made because it'd be interesting to compare between you lot.
Well, we throw a Diablo in.
It does look like a
it does
Diablo.
look Diablo-esque.
Diablo 2.
Yeah, that'll do. It's definitely not any early ones, so I'll do 2.
Oh, we go with 3.
No, 2, definitely.
What are we on?
3.
We're on 4, aren't we?
We're on 4 now, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go 2. Not Diablo.
Okay, so far
93 Metacritic.
we're on similar wavelengths so far. I'm pleased with this.
No, it's not more like an RTS kind of thing.
RTS was where I was just about to go for StarCraft.
I would say StarCraft as well. RTS
Just with 93%.
Okay.
I'll probably say more.
I've not played it, so I've got no say on that.
StarCraft 2 is the big one.
2 is a better one than 1, so yeah.
There he goes. Hey, well done. Well done, sir. I was so tempted to put in the Discord, right? Ross, I think you should play today's one.
Yeah.
I thought they'd give it away, but yeah, well done.
I mean, we got it on that one. If we hadn't, I'd have got it on that one.
I've definitely got that one, yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about StarCraft.
Straight into that one.
This is space.
That's definitely StarCraft.
Yeah, I mean, that would have given it to me, but as soon as I was starting to see them, I would have been all over it.
Yeah. So I
but you can that's the thing. Sometimes it gives you that score. I think it's sometimes a bit too early because okay, that's a big game.
Yeah. So I went with Diablo 4. I didn't think it was 4, but I was thinking Diablo. Then Planet Side 2 on picture 3. I don't know if you guys have ever played Planet Side, but
I can see
recognize any of that, and that's the only thing I think of. Then I went Supreme Commander for the next picture. Picture 4.
Supreme Commander.
Is he going to move over? He's not moving over anymore.
No.
Picture 4, Supreme Commander. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
Then one that would have thrown me off, and I might have gone Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun.
Yeah, I was thinking Command and Conquer for the next one, although I ended up picking Command and Destroy. I don't even know what that is, but I knew it wasn't Command and Conquer. I was like, Command and Destroy.
So the reason that Command and Conquer wouldn't have came up for me on this one is because of the bugs.
I mean, more 4 than 5. 4 was the one that threw me off. That might have got.
Oh, yeah.
But then, I mean, Blizzard gave it away at the end, but yeah, I mean, there was no mistake in some sort of StarCraft there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well done. I'm pleased that we got the StarCraft out of the way. So now you can join us. You're only 3 behind now, so carry on. Keep bringing it. And anyone else wants to join in, come and bring the Guess the Game.
You can't just skip back to the next day. That's annoying.
You should be able to.
Just go pay
those arrows.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
this one.
This game looks older than me.
What was this? 796. Yeah, no, I didn't get this one.
Anybody got anything? I'm going to be no use here, so it's between you and Ian.
I'd say
I don't
Oregon
remember
Trail,
what
but
it
it's not
was.
that.
Nope.
Let me have a
Nope.
look.
Skip.
Skip.
So, yes, you should definitely join us for that game because it's tremendous.
Commodore 64.
I have a great time playing these
Commodore.
games.
No chance.
Oh yeah,
I've got
no, I
that
know.
era, but
I to be
Lovely
honest,
Seaside
if,
Town.
a slight hint that's not really
English.
going to be a hint. I thought this particular game was way later than this, so I never would have guessed it in a million
What
years.
was that? Oh, fucking hell. What was that series called?
Skip.
What's
Yeah, I can't think of its name. I don't think it's this anyway. This doesn't ring.
Chip.
Ultima. That's the one I was thinking of. But I didn't like the very first Ultima.
Ruins of Virtue.
I don't remember what it was called.
It looks like that's the first one. Nope.
So it doesn't look like it.
Developer, Microprose.
Looks like another RTS. Doesn't it?
No.
It is a strategy game. It's an
Normally
action.
the developer will seal the deal, but this one,
No. Don't recognise it.
Yeah, I can't even say. Venture strategy, no.
Nope.
No.
Sid Meier's Pirates.
No.
So
Which I
precursor
thought
to
was-
Civilization.
Civilization.
yeah, I thought this Sid Meier's Pirates was like early 90s, mid 90s. I didn't realize it was quite this old.
So 797. This looks.
I've given up. Let's go to top 5.
Yeah, we'll come back to this. We'll do top 5. Ross, you can join me with your thoughts on this one in the next few hours when we've got chance. Thank you very much for playing Guess That Game with me. Maybe next time we do this, I won't have done it in advance and we can play once again. Right, Ian, we're pulling out all the hits this evening because it's been so long, and you have a top 5 for us, I believe.
Hello. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this, since we've all been about.
I hope he's got a top 5
Hello,
for us.
Mr. Ian.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
Sorry, I didn't know you. The way Jamie was
So
talking,
very,
it's like
very
you couldn't
slow.
hear me.
You're about half an hour behind us.
Fair enough. I'll do it. All right, top 5. It's nice and easy to bring us all back in. I want you to name me the top 5, technically top 5, but not top 5. The first 5 Project Game Pass games.
Like way back OG project, or since we've revamped them.
No, OG. We started it in February 2021. The first 5 Project Game Pass games. So we've done quite a fair few. Back in today.
Yes, it's been a while. So while we're writing our answers down, Ian, why don't you tell us? I don't know, something about you. How have you been?
I mean, good.
Tell us about your trip.
Trip. Well, when I went on took holiday and the whole podcast imploded because I wasn't around, and then football happened, and then we didn't come home.
Fucking
So
football.
we decided to fucking football. Jay loved it. Did you actually watch any football, Jamie?
I watched 10 minutes of the final, which saw Spain score their second goal.
Oh, best
I
time to
turned it off.
watch.
I turned it off like a minute before the end because I'm not. I was eating a sandwich. I was like, I'll just put it on while I'm eating.
What Jay's trying to tell us is, had he not turned it on, England would have won.
Yep. So it's all Jamie's fault that we lost.
It is possible. Yeah, that was literally all. And I watched 2 minutes of the pre-show of their quarterfinal match.
Did you watch
Not
Scotland
the actual
games?
match? No.
No, he doesn't want to watch paint dry.
Ooh, that's harsh.
I mean, have you ever got out of the group stages?
No,
Have you actually won a game yet?
not recently.
Anyway, but yeah, trip was lovely. It was good. I went to 3 glorious countries of Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. Thailand, Malaysia, amazing. Singapore's expensive.
How long were you away for?
3 weeks. It was glorious. Lots of sun. No,
Oh yeah, where's all
my
those
tan
funds being embezzled now, eh? Hmm?
For my side hustles, no. For my achievements, imagine that. Turning, I got no side hustles. Fuck that. That's way too much hassle for me. I get enough stress as is doing my fucking job. Especially with that CrowdStrike like to fucking implode the whole fucking world.
Yeah, I didn't fancy being in IT in the last week.
Has that been fixed now? I've sort of haven't really paid attention to the news.
It's fixed if you didn't turn your computer on. That's the best way to put it. If you turn your computer on too early, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Or you didn't turn your computer off, which is quite fun to see because, especially when some people turn the computers off, they go, you didn't turn your computer off. Now look what's happened. Oh, they're starting too early. Anyway, that's enough time. Surely got 5 games down.
Yeah, I've got 5.
I haven't.
I'm not on 2.
No.
I've got 2.
Have you only got 2? Surely you got 5 games, right?
No, because I can't remember any of the older ones.
5 games lost, please.
The only 2 I've got are Killer Queen Black and Project Winner.
Okay, fair enough. That's okay. Graham?
Yeah, so I had the Killer Queen back as well. I stuck on the Halo Infinite, Gang Beasts, and the Turtles game back. I can't remember what it was called.
Okay. And Jamie?
We've got Killer Green Black, Project Winter, Forza Horizon 4, Rainbow Six Extraction, and Back for Blood. I'm pretty sure those last 2 are well out the first 5, but I'm not sure about the first 3.
And Back for Blood, did you say?
Yeah.
Ross, you going to give me 3 more or not?
And I don't have anything else to offer you up.
So, we'll go. The first Project Game Pass game in February 2021 was Project Winter.
I definitely remember that one. That was,
Yeah,
that was
I
great.
can picture this because that was great fun.
We got quite a few folk in for that as well, didn't we?
We
Yeah,
did,
I
yeah.
think we had
got-
Dan and possibly Pete playing with us here.
yeah, 6 of us,
Was there not somebody else as well?
Might have been at one point.
Yeah,
Might be
I'm
at one
sure
point,
it
yeah.
was.
But the main one we had where we were not knowing what we were doing was 6 of us.
Yeah.
Then we had Killer Queen Black, indeed.
Yeah,
Such a good
got
game,
one.
man. I fucking loved that game.
Then in April we had Fallout 76.
Oh, I forgot we done
was
that.
that
yeah.
early? I thought
did, I
think
remember
that
now.
Forgot we did that.
May 2021. I'm sorry, Jamie. Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I was going to say, Extraction was later.
Extraction was January or February. Yeah, I knew it was too late, but
And then in the last in June was Knockout City.
Okay,
Oh, is that the dodgeball one?
yeah. So,
And
do we
then-
need to do a tie break?
So we'll just we'll go to the next game. So next person. So Ross, do you want to give me another game for July?
July 2021. Why did you pick me first?
Because you only said 2 games.
That is very true, yes.
It's not one of the ones Jay's already picked.
No, because that's why we're having a tie break, because Jay's would have. No, we would have. Is that how that would have worked? So
You
if
can do it
Jay's
that
already,
way.
if Jay's
How was
already said the answer, then
How do you want to play it, Jamie?
That means he has.
I was going to say, I think it's pretty obvious now that I picked the right answer. Isn't it?
can I pick Forza Horizon 4?
I was about to say, because Ross is about to go on a tangent. I was
Hey,
going
why
to say
you
one of
fucking
Jay's. I reckon it's Back for Blood or something.
Can I pick Forza Horizon 4 for my
guess.
guess?
Forza Horizon 4, isn't it?
No, it is Forza Horizon, so we won't do that.
Wait, keep your mouth shut. Papa.
Got him.
What a point there.
It's a good job I called it out then, you cheating scumbag.
That's why I was saying. I was trying to. That's why I was asking the question. Like, if Jay's already said it, then there's no,
This is why, Ross, you should have given me 5 fucking games, and I could have just gone on and gone. It's the next
Well,
game on the list.
Well, then
yeah.
Jay had it then, I suppose, because he got the
We'll go
first one.
Jay
He's got
has
the
it.
next
Jay
one that
won.
had
Yeah.
the one that was in.
Jay had 5
Games
answers,
Pass.
and he was the
Yeah.
next one.
So
The
Jay
next
got it.
earlier one. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jamie wins. This is why you give me 5 games, Ross.
That's why I'm always being fair.
Yeah. You're still winning anyway. Is it 4?
I
say,
can't remember.
4-3-1?
Yeah. It's easy to
4-3-0?
count mine.
Yeah, I think Greg got any, is he?
Nope.
No.
No. So 4-2. There's 4-3-0. Okay, there was 4-2-0.
Riding high.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, thank
I'll
you very
double
much,
check
Ian.
that from previous podcast, but I'm pretty sure it's 430.
Good bit of a top 5 goodness there, and thank you for Graham for trying to stiff me out of a point.
What?
Yeah, Graham, fuck's sake.
Outrageous. I was supposed to
Good,
call it out.
outrageous.
You're saying, Ross, pick a different game that hasn't been said before.
Exactly.
No chance of winning.
Oh no, he just said pick a game. He didn't say pick a different game.
He said,
Yeah, the brain was like, I didn't want to say anything.
Anyway, we can get bogged down in rules. All that matters is I won. So shut up. Right, gentlemen.
Next time, give me 5 games when I say 5 games.
Yes, sorry. I will make sure, even if it's just 5 games of bullshit, I will make sure I give you 5 games. Sorry.
Nice. So we've done that. We've done the games we played. We've done top 5s. We've done guess games. We've done pluggles. But now it's time
Rapid
for the
fire
news.
news.
Let's
No,
get
it's
into the
news for
rapid
2
fire
minutes.
news. And obviously, the big news that we sort of missed this past few weeks while we've been talking is that Game Pass is getting a price hike, which is obviously very exciting for everybody because everybody was expecting this. And then they said, it's not going to happen. And then it happened, which is sort of par for the course of Microsoft. So it's now going up to $14.99 a month in dollars. Which it was $49.99 a month. Now it's going up to $19.99 in which in English monies is going from $12.99 to $14.99 English pounds for Game Pass Ultimate, which includes obviously Game Pass streaming, cloud streaming, day one games, all the library and PC games as well. The various tiers they've sort of revamped them. So now we've gone from having the Game Pass Core, I think it was called, to having what they now call Game Pass Standard. So with Game Pass Standard, you get online multiplayer, a limited catalogue of 25 plus games, which I don't know the exact list, but it's not a massive variety. Deals and discounts, as they say, Game Pass games, but only certain Game Pass games, not day one releases, which is the big new addition to this, because obviously up until now, every single Game Pass tier has had day one additions. This is the first time that they've said, actually, you know what? You're not going to get fucking Indiana Jones day one.
Go fuck yourself.
Game Pass Ultimate, again, still includes day one, and so does PC Game Pass. I think Core's listed on this infographic that I think Clobriel made, but I'm pretty sure Core is going away, and it's just being replaced by Standard. And then, so Standard, Ultimate, PC Game Pass, basically. The big thing, obviously, as I just said, is day one editions are going away, which was the whole selling point of Game Pass, get everything day one. So now when we get the trailers at E3 and the showcases and stuff, we're like, play it day one, maybe, with Game Pass. It's going to be like it sort of undermines the whole appeal of Game Pass a little bit for a lot of people, because it's a let me go back to the English prices, because seeing as that's where we are based, when my PC wants to do it, it's what, £2 different, but you're not getting day one releases. So is it worth it? And considering, again, you're only getting a 25-ish list of games rather than the full 200, 300, 400 games, whatever it is at this point. Is it? We're all obviously on Ultimate here. Can anybody see themselves going to Standard just because they don't care about day one releases to save a couple of quid a month?
No, well, considering I'm tied in until 2026, it's difficult to care.
That's the other thing. They've stopped now, isn't it?
Mine's right up to the end of next year. But yeah, like
So,
you said,
Chris,
Chris, they've stopped it. They stopped you stacking up. You can only do, I think it's 13 months rather than 3 years now.
Oh,
which is,
they lowered it, wasn't it? It was like went to 3 years and then went down to 2 years, and now it's like a year and a half. Yeah, I think I got in just before they lowered it again. So yeah, I'm tied in until January 2026. Yeah. So again, it's difficult for me to even worry about it and think about it. But also, I don't think I'll ever not have Game Pass, because it's one of the best on gaming for me. And I play a lot of Game Pass games that I would never play normally. And it saves me from spending money on games that are garbage games, really. I play it. If I don't like it, I move on. Other than if I buy it, playing, I don't like this, I'm annoyed because I've bought something I don't want to play.
Yeah. Graham, you were saying, would you be interested in like stepping down and losing day one access and obviously the massive library, save yourself a couple of quid a month for?
Well, Well, I was waiting for them to make another announcement how if they were going to stiff on the game sharing side of things as well, but that seems to have been left unscathed.
Yeah.
But it gets a bit wobbly not doing it because although we're sharing and I get your benefits from it, that's only on my main Xbox, not on my other one.
Yeah.
So I have to get my own Game Pass to sort of make the most out of that. But as well as them sort of knocking up the prices here, they've also severely nerfed the rewards. I don't know if that's the next topic to get to, but rewards has taken a swift kick in the nards to try and sort of rack up.
Did I read
points.
right that they're stopping you even redeeming
It'd be
it?
nice to see and actually use it, wouldn't it?
Well, they've made it a lot harder to redeem.
I don't think it would anymore.
Yeah, that they're knocking you out. You can't use like the automator apps anymore because then they start realizing that you're not searching manually, you're doing auto searches, and they stop you from redeeming until you start manual searching again. Yeah. So it's really sort of cracking down on those kind of things, and sort of the easiest way to get points now is literally by playing the different games and playing it for the length of times that the current objectives are there for you. Yeah. So you can't even get those that rack up loads of points to use that to buy Game Pass or buy vouchers to get Game Pass with, etc.
But I read a story that you couldn't even redeem it for Game Pass anymore. It was literally just store credit and whatever else they got. Now, I mean, again, me and Ian well out of this ecosystem, but Dan,
it was good times, wasn't it?
It was good times, but again, I think, like you said, they've been nerfing it so much. What we were using it for is almost irrelevant now because it's so much harder and so much less valuable to even bother doing.
Plus, Jay's got his K1 funds to worry about.
Exactly, he doesn't need to worry about that shit.
I'm not bothered. Yeah,
he doesn't even know if that comes out of the account.
He gets free Game Pass from all his reviews. Is what it's to get paid for.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's
what get paid in Game Pass subscriptions. Yeah,
he's still getting all that EA money fees.
Those royalties.
Yeah,
that's why he's now started playing EAFC. They're there for him like another extra wee substitute if he starts putting some of that content in and all.
There's a good reason the Tractor Boys come into existence. All right, and let's just
secret
G's paying 4D chess whales.
For anyone listening, I wish I got paid for doing any of this. If anything,
I wish.
In fact, it definitely cost me money. Anyway, Graham, carry on. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I wasn't looking to sort of downsize my subscription for the moment. I am coming to the end of where I currently was, but it might have to be a CD keys snap up if they have sort of. But I think you have to be careful about which ones you're buying now as well before that all changes.
Yeah. Well, pro tip, obviously, including our 5% discount or whatever it is, money back, whatever. They did have an offer on, I think, a few days ago, which was 3 months for the price of 2, effectively, and it was for the European market, so it might be worth looking on there, sort of sharpish, to see if you can, get a few months in while you can.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm pretty much at the limit, so I can't really do anything with it at the minute, but it might be worth having a look on there and go for xboxtam.com and click the link. Why not? Throw a few pennies our way. But
I know CD keys.
Not for your trip. I ain't throwing any more your way.
Go on, Ian. Sorry.
So I think they're doing 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for like 24 quid.
Yeah. So I might have to do that.
Worth looking into while the prices are still the same, because I think the price hike starts is it the 1st of September? So you've got some time.
Do we think this is them getting ready for the family one?
I mean, this has been rumoured for so long. They need to give us something. And see if they turn around and say, is the family one's going to be, what would it be for a family one, $24.99, $19.99?
I would reckon 24 or maybe even $29.99.
Yeah. I mean, you have to make
5 members for the price of 2.
Yeah. It becomes a no-brainer, but we've heard so much about this family plan that was meant to be coming, and then it disappears, and then more comes out about it, but we never seem to actually be moving forward with getting it.
Yeah. So maybe that's something I hadn't even considered, to be honest.
Maybe this is the price increase. We did the price increase, and we go, oh yeah, we've done the price increase, but now we've got the family plan. Now it's cheaper again.
I mean,
it seems more like they're throwing it on everywhere else, because they're now it's available via the Amazon Fire Stick, and it's now available via GeForce Now, whatever it is as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're just throwing it about everywhere as well.
Yeah, there's so many places to get hold of Game Pass now, either, like I said, via your mobile, your PC, your console, excuse me, the Fire Stick and stuff like that. And the addition of Call of Duty has obviously made a big impact to this because Game Pass Standard won't get it. Game Pass Ultimate will. So for an extra £2 for a month subscription, you're like, well, that way I can play Call of Duty. And then you're into the idea of, oh, well, I'll get Call of Duty and, like I said, 200, 300, 400 games, whatever it is as well. I think a lot of people still throwing around 100 plus games, but there's last time I checked, there was a good at least 300, if not more, games on Game Pass, across PC and everything else as well. So it's still incredible value for money, even at $14.99 a month in English pounds. And when I do have to start paying for it again, which will be again towards the end of next year, I don't see any problem with paying that much money for what we get. Again, we're very lucky here. We get a lot of games for review and stuff like that. So I don't use my subscription as much as I could. But if I were to stop the website or to get less access to games via the site, it's certainly something that there's so many games in there that I could easily just happily pay that, and play games like that for
happily pay it. See, happily pay it. Easy.
Happily get paid for it and play my games all day
pay
long.
It with all that money I've got.
Yeah. Oh man, if only, If only. But yeah, so I think again, taking day one games out of it is going to be a massive fucking kick in the bollocks to people who look at Game Pass who maybe aren't already subscribed and they're like, oh, actually, I've heard a lot about Game Pass. Maybe I'll subscribe again when Call of Duty or something comes out. And then they pick the standard one. They're like, haha, fuck you, guy. Give me more money. But who knows? Maybe they'll backturn a little bit on that. But it does seem a bit shitty to sort of undermine Game Pass itself. It's sort of getting into the realms of PS Plus and all the different subscriptions they've got, because I don't remember the names of them. It's so confusing if you're not even in that ecosystem, let alone trying to figure out what ones to buy. But they got like 4 or 5 tiers as well, and they're all like, some games you get here and some you get retro stuff and some you get on, and it's just all over the place. And this is not helping anyone adding this into the mix. But yeah, we'll see what happens, whether they get a lot of pushback or not. I mean, we got obviously Indiana Jones and something Avowed coming out this year, which will be day one Ultimate. There's something else coming out this year as well. What's the other one? We got Flight Sim. We got another one as well. I'm forgetting. Obviously Call of Duty, but I'm sure there's another one that was at the showcase that I'm forgetting about. That's coming out this year.
Shooting Simulator.
The only other big one I can think coming this year is Dragon Age. Well, no, it's not Game Pass, but just
I mean, that'll be EA Play eventually, wouldn't it? But
yeah,
but yeah. Anyway, so there's lots of stuff making Ultimate worthwhile, but yeah, it just seems odd to offer a tier that doesn't give you like the main perk of Game Pass, which is getting all the stuff day one. But I mean, times are changing, things are changing, and someone's got to get paid. And if I'm not getting paid, no one else is. So fuck you.
It means they're going to update that fucking slide. Day one on Game Pass Ultimate.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Stalker 2?
Stalker 2 is the other one. That's it. Thank you. It's coming out in September, I believe. September 6th, actually. I should remember. That's my birthday, by the way. Hint, hint.
What, you want another trip to Florida?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, if you could.
He's fucking old. He's going to be
Listen,
40.
I wouldn't have been to Florida for a week and a half by that point. So if you could just bring it in. I need to get back there and enjoy myself. Anyway,
I'll get you a stainless stair lift instead.
I'm going to need one of these old knees, I tell you. Anyway, we've Game Pass is changing again 1st of September, I think, and we'll see whether it has a big effect or not. I think the US side of stuff is getting more shafted because their price hike is like $5 rather than a couple of quid, which has put a lot of people off. But yeah, it's still the best deal in gaming as far as I'm concerned. If you're not bothered about buying your games and stuff, and you just want to play some very, very good video games, including, well, it won't be on day one anyway, but EA Sports FC 25. Graham, I'm going to come to you with this one. because
What's your best build?
EA Sports FC 25 they had some previews and stuff. We obviously didn't get access, but they've had some previews. They've had some information coming out, and the story I sort of picked out a lot of them was EAFC is removing contracts from Ultimate Team, and it says that the consumable items are being removed from the game according to VGC. I read it, but again, because I only play with the Tractor Boys, I don't understand. So can you explain what this means? Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Will you do a happy dance when you play EA Sports FC25?
It's just saving a very mind-numbing thing that you have to do for Ultimate Team. It never really sort of paid off the first time they introduced it, and it's just been there since. It's just that.
Was it in the old FIFA games then?
No, it was in there from the start of the first Ultimate Team. Okay, basically, you get the card, and it comes with a contract that you only have it for 7 games. And like, if you want to get them to play in your team longer, you have to apply a contract thing. It only really ever affected you really early on, but they're almost in every single pack, and so you end up with, I think I've got over like 1,000 contract cards that I could apply to my team. It's like you're never going to run out. It's almost like you're doing it just to fill a gap. It's just pointless. Doesn't need to happen. Everyone's got tons in their club. No one's going, oh no, I'm down to my last contract on my striker. I won't be able to play him again until I get another contract pack. So no one said that in the whole of playing the Ultimate Team. If anyone doesn't have enough contracts, they're not playing the game at all. So basically it's just a pointless thing. It didn't need to be there. It didn't need to be there for the last couple of years. But yeah, that's something they could have taken away like 5 years ago, and no one would have cared. No one's going to care. It's like you're taking away a very minor thing. It's like saying, we've now stopped you from putting this setting. So rather than going in there and putting this setting to on, we've just turned it off for you. That's pretty much it.
That's fair enough. So make things a bit easier or a bit smoother generally overall.
It's just taking away an unnecessary chore.
Yeah. I mean, playing with the Tractor Boys, a lot of it seems unnecessary, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of hitting buttons and going, let me get slide tackling again. Come on. But yeah, for more dedicated players like yourself.
Well, you're only playing like minor manager mode. If you had to sort of worry about all their contracts are running out of the end of the year and you have to re-sign them on, you have to negotiate with them. And if you had to do that bit, you think, ugh, that's a bit boring. I don't want to do that.
I literally would never do that.
Exactly. So at least with a manager mode, there's a point to do it. You're a manager. That's part of your job. In the Ultimate Team, there is literally no reason for it to be there.
Yeah.
You're not negotiating anything. It's just applying a card. It's so boringly pointless.
Well, they're removing that, and they've announced the release date is September 27th as well.
Yeah,
so
it's usually around then.
You got some time to sort of get warmed up and stuff. You get a 10-hour early access trial on the September 20th in EA Play. If you're a website, Game Pass Ultimate will get access to that. And if you pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition, you also get a week early. Excuse me, so it'll be September 20th. I'm not sure how I feel about these early access pre-order nonsense, but we can get into that another time. We could be going way too long already. So, so EAFC 25, I'm ready to transfer my Tractor Boys experience over to that game. And
but you remember who's on the front of it, Jay? You might have got notified.
I feel like I got an email or 6 in a row about some guy called Jude Bellingham being on the cover. And then I opened Twitter and straight away, it's Jude Bellingham. I said, fuck off. I don't care. Why are you telling me? Is he from the Tractor Boys? No, he's not. So fuck off. I'm not interested. But yeah, he's the main cover star for the is it the Ultimate Edition or no? I don't care. I'm not going to bother carry on with that sentence. So let's move on. And then, as Graham mentioned earlier on, sorry, I should have asked you guys. You got any input on the EAFC 25? No, good. Right, let's move on. So,
the new 5v5 mode where it's like,
yeah, there is some cool things coming that I've seen.
Feel free, go on, fill your boots. It
should have been Joe Hendry on the front.
Damn right.
Do you believe?
Yeah, they're bringing in a new kind of game mode of like a 5-a-side thing that does look pretty interesting.
Is it better than Volta?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not hardly pushed, really.
No joke.
I think that was the basis of Eurogamer's preview, but again, I didn't read it. I just saw
it looks quite good. What am I right in saying? It's like an AI goalkeeper, and then you can team up with 4 of your mates, and you can all bring one player from your ultimate team into that squad.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't play as the goalie, which is good because like some people just know how to sort of wrangle the goalie. It makes sort of pro clubs really boring when you have that.
Yeah.
But
manual goalkeeping, like there's no way that you would ever move the goalkeeper in that position.
But it's just like because pro clubs is like it's hard to find 9 other friends to play online with to sort of fill out a whole squad, whereas finding 3 others that's easily done. And playing like 5-a-side like that is
Jay's their day one.
Project Game Pass, baby.
Yeah, it could be done, and that could be a bit more fun because it's obviously a smaller pitch, less chance for you to go rogue, and they're probably not going to have as many red cards, etc. So you might be in for it, Jay.
We'll find them.
Whoa, we'll find a way.
I mean, September 27th, early access or EA Play for a 10-hour trial, and then the game we shall play together.
And I'll be super excited for it. Play it for the first week and then not play it again until like March.
And then go back to Football Manager.
Yep.
Nice. Well, again, like we were saying, Game Pass Ultimate, we should have sort of linked to this one, I suppose, but I didn't put them in the wrong order. You can get a Fire Stick from Amazon, or at least you could. I'm assuming the offer is still there for $69 if you're in the older US of A, which I will be soon. I don't know if anyone will mention that or not. You get a Fire Stick, a controller, and I think you get a month of Game Pass. Yeah, 1 month of Game Pass for $68.90 in the US dollars. So they recently updated the Fire Stick to include Game Pass or have access to Game Pass, so you can play the full library of whatever games are on there. Again, we've all got our consoles, we've all got our subscriptions already. Is anyone interested? Has anyone got a Fire Stick to try it out? Or
I've got a Fire Stick, but the principle I've got is the same. I've got my Samsung TV, which has the app built into it type idea. So I've done it through the TV, so just missing the actual Fire Stick, and it works perfectly fine. Obviously, it's not going to be ideal for like a first FPS type game because you are going to get a wee bit of input delay. But if you're just playing a big RPG type game or something indie that you just want to jump into, then it works perfect. It's super easy to pair your controller to the TV or Fire Stick, whatever it might be, and away you go.
Nice. Yeah. So again, this is the whole sort of beginning, I think, of them being like, well, you don't need a console. You can just buy Game Pass and play all these awesome games for $14.99 or $19.99 a month. And I think for a lot of people, it'll be good enough. Like for us, obviously, we prefer the on console experience and the full fat thing. But yeah, for a lot of people who just want to play a few games, maybe just subscribe for a month. Let's say go through the app on the TV, or if they've already got a Fire Stick, or they just, do you know what? I really fancy playing Call of Duty. Give you 20 quid. All right, I'll play it for a month, and then I'm not bothered anymore.
But even things like the big releases, like a Starfield, for example, boom, you get your 3, 4, 5 months subscription that you need to batter through it. You've got your Fire Stick or built in through your TV, and you get a AAA game without having to worry about buying a console.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, obviously we're very quickly barreling towards that future, but I think, that is the way it's going, and there's no denying that. There'll be some sort of console experience, at least in our lifetimes, I imagine, but I think more and more you'll see people being, I'll just stream it. It's fine. It's good enough, which is all it needs to be for the majority of people, really. And it's a pretty cool sort of feature. Considering we grew up with cartridges slotted into the slot, and we had to, struggle. Such hardship of loading early CD games that take 5 minutes.
I've got to stand up and put a disc in. Oh.
I'll put a disc in.
I'll
make sure it's not scratched and it's clean. And now you can just stream fucking the next level high-tech games through the internet. What a time to be alive, eh? What a time to be alive.
Yeah. But their next step is, instead of just Game Pass games, you can play your own catalogue via these kind of apps. That's their next step.
I think I'd use it more if I could do that. But yeah, that's something they've promised, but it hasn't materialized just yet.
I mean, that's going to be that once they start having that as an option, that's going to be.
That would be the way forward from now on. At least in terms of, I've got half hour. Let's have a quick game rather than
If it doesn't
needing-
impact the
needing
graphics
full-
or gameplay.
Yeah. Like I say, there's a couple of like wee niggly bits in regards to there's sometimes a bit of it's very small input delay, but quality wise, I mean, I've played the big games that you want the graphics to look good on, and no, never really had any issues with them.
Yeah, it's decent. I've heard I've read a lot of comparisons of like the GeForce Now and is it Nvidia?
Nvidia's
GeForce Now, isn't
GeForce.
it? There's some sort of shadow one. I forget who does the shadow thing, but that's apparently the best one you can get. But they're all
Mordor.
within a hair's breadth of each other. So yeah, that's the way we're going. It's going forward for cloud, but for now, let's keep playing on the console. Anyway, let's rapid fire through some extra news stories that we've sort of picked out that are exciting. Don't have to get into them. I'll read a quick synopsis. If anyone wants to chime in, feel free. If not, we can just barrel through and get out at the end of the podcast. So Splitgate 2 was announced recently. It's coming next year to PC and consoles. I don't know if you guys played Splitgate. I thought it was fucking awesome. I was properly obsessed with it for about 2 months, and then I ended up playing various other things, obviously for the site and Project Game Pass, etc. And I just sort of fell off of it.
Am I right in saying Splitgate was Halo mixed with Portal?
Exactly that. So it played like Halo. The combat felt like Halo. It looked like Halo. It had very similar weapons, but it also had a portal mechanics. To certain surfaces you could fire a portal on and fire through and end up on the other side. And it was just awesome. Like, it's one of those games that you can definitely tell it's like the people who play it every day get really, really good at it. Like the skill level is incredibly high. But if you when I started playing it, you just want a casual game. It was so much fun to play. So I'm very excited about this. They put on Unreal 5. It's apparently the game they always wanted to make with Splitgate, but they couldn't because the tech wasn't available at the time. And I think there's a beta they're releasing in the next few weeks-ish. They haven't announced the date yet. But yeah, it's such a good game, and it'd be such a good fun, either Project Game Pass game or just a stream game together. Because I had a great time playing Splitgate 2, so I was very excited to see they finally announced a sequel. Speaking of sequels / spiritual successors, Chibi Robo. Everybody loves a bit of Chibi Robo. The developers are launching a Kickstarter tomorrow for a spiritual successor to Chibi Robo called Co-Robo, and it's basically a little robot in a house who does chores. Don't think he talks to anyone. We'll see. But it's just I really love the DS version, Park Patrol. One of my favorite games on that console, and yes, I'm very excited about this. And it might be the second Kickstarter I ever actually back, because I do love a bit of Chibi Robo. Goodness. Call of Duty Season 5 has revealed new maps, including a cel-shaded map and a WWE operator, which may be Mummy herself.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So I think I need to install Call of Duty Warzone just to have a little play for a minute or two.
That's the only way Joe would get
Of the game.
Oh, and that as well, yeah. Yeah, so she's in there. I think they teased 3 wrestlers, but so far she's the only one who's been revealed. I would imagine we got Cody Rhodes, and possibly I saw some rumors of John Cena being the other one. I feel like they would make the most sense.
That'd be unfair, though, wouldn't it?
Reigns as well.
That'd be...
Yeah, you couldn't be able to see him.
Stealth mode.
It'd just be empty maps.
Yes. Just floating guns everywhere.
Kill cams, just guns, just.
So yeah, so that's out. I don't know. It's out soon, but the trailer's out there now. And keeping on the Call of Duty train, Black Ops 6 multiplayer beta dates have been confirmed for. That's the wrong link. Sorry. Very, very soon. If you've got Game Pass Ultimate, I believe you can play at some point, but it's mainly for pre-orders. Let me just have a quick scan down here. So the beta dates are. Oh, for God's sake, come on, you fucking. Why wouldn't you put the dates at the top? There we go. August 30th until September 4th on all platforms. Be available for anybody who pre-orders Black Ops 6 or subscribes to select Game Pass plans, which I imagine basically means Ultimate or PC. So that'd be a chance to check out that omnidirectional movement and all the other stuff they talked about in their showcase recently. Might be fun to get together and have a quick game of that. And then the final one, we've got two more. Blades dynamic background was released. Initially, I was quite excited about this because everybody loves the Blades from 360.
The best layout.
As I was watching Podcast Unlock with our Obey and Spirit Animal Ryan McCaffrey, it basically is a static image with a couple of little pulsing circles in the middle. It doesn't actually slide and give you the satisfying, like the awesome noises.
Do that again. That was impressive.
There we go. Look at that. Bit of. I'm available for sound effect work. Hiring. I need to fund another trip to Florida. So you can go check that out if you wish to. I wish it was a little bit more interactive, but again, maybe they couldn't figure out a way to do it decently. But you can go and activate that for free right now. And then the final one, the Casting of Frank Stone, which is the Dead by Daylight single player story game by the people who made the Dark Pictures. Supermassive Games is coming out very, very soon indeed. Where's the release date gone? Oh, come on. Is there somewhere? I think it's September sometime. Yeah, September 3rd. There we go. Which I'm pretty excited about that because I do love Supermassive Games work Until Dawn, like I said, and Dark Pictures series. Been awesome. And I'm not a big fan of Dead by Daylight, but I'll play a single player spin-off by them guys. For sure. So we can play that very, very soon indeed.
Dead by Daylight is good if you've got a group.
Yeah, I mean, that was another Project Game Pass game, and that was good fun. But yeah, the single player sort of narrative based horror games like that, I very much enjoy. So I'm looking forward to checking out what they've got in store for us in a little over a month. Right, that's all the rapid fire news, all the main news, and as we approach the 2 hour mark, Graham.
Yes.
I'm going to slide over towards you and ask for your best and ultimate pulls, please.
Yeah, luckily it's been a while, so that I did have one stored in my locker, but thanks to Argentina's achievements on their tournament, I managed to pull a Giovanni Lo Celso for Spurs, and his card got a bit of a boosted. I think he's like 96 overrated now, and he's a bit of a super
90.
boosted. Was it?
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. 98, sorry. So yeah, super juiced card. So recently that was my best card that I pulled. And my Danny Olmo also got boosted thanks to Spain winning to like 98 as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got both him and Danny Olmo in my team. So both 98s, double juiced in my team. So yeah, they're pretty good ones.
Nice.
So that's my pull anyway. The Lo Celso, a decent one. And he's a Spurs player, so that's always a good thing for now anyway.
Yeah. So you were saying obviously it's getting towards the end of EAFC 24's time, so now they just start pumping out the cards.
Oh yeah, they're giving them out like candy. I played a little one earlier. I just did like 2 packs and I've already got like 5 or 6 random different special cards. None of them are good or make your team. It was just every other card is kind of a special card.
Yeah, you're getting. I think it's Footies that's on just now.
Footies is the main one that's on.
Yeah.
You're not going to see any of those, but you are seeing a lot of the old sort of winter wild card things and fire and ice. Some of those cards are sort of popping out.
Yeah.
So old promo ones, but none of those are going to see the light of day in people's teams unless they fit into an evolution stuff. But yeah, they're in candy mode, flopping them out. Just sort of anyone can get some sort of random special cards.
Nice. Makes it a bit more fun and exciting, I suppose, as you wrap up the season and move on to the next
and
game.
no. Everyone with super juice teams means that there is no easy challenge anymore. Everyone's got like super fast, quick teams.
Yeah.
So even the rookies have got super juice teams.
Well, lovely. So some super juiced everyone.
Yeah,
and then you'll have the crashing defeat of coming back to starting again on the EAFC 25.
Oh yeah, back to scratch.
Oh, it's so painful.
But that's all part of the joy that you do it every year.
Indeed. Nice. Well, I mean, speaking of joy, we've been talking a lot about Game Pass. Ross, we've got things coming to Game Pass. Obviously, we're at the end of the month now, so most of the stuff is out. But we've had quite a decent selection this month. Would you like to inform us?
I can indeed, yes. So I'd say we've missed quite a bit, so we'll just sort of fly through these there. So July 3rd, we have Journey to the Savage Planet, which was console, PC, and cloud, and also Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, which again, same places. The next two are July 9th, which was Cricket 24 and The Case of the Golden Idol, again on all various platforms. July 11th, Neon White and Chaya, however you pronounce that one, which was console, PC, and cloud, and the Chaya one was Series X and S, PC, and cloud. For you American football fans, July 16th, you were getting a 10-hour trial of EA Sports College Football 25, which I'm hearing a lot of good things about, to be fair.
Yeah, it seems to be lots of love there.
Rest of July 16th is not Flock to the Cayman Islands, but Flock, which was console, PC, and cloud, and also Magical Delicacy on, again, PC, console, and cloud. And then July 18th, Dungeons of Hinterberg, which Jay couldn't stop praising as much. The one I will be jumping into whenever I get a spare time is Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. That was one of the ones that was seen at the showcase. Really looking forward to starting that. And rounding us out, July 19th, Kinetsugami, Path of the Goddess on console and PC.
That's very, very nicely enunciated there, sir. That's a very solid list there. I really want to play Case of the Golden Idol and Chia, and I'd like to at least give Flintlock a go. I quite enjoyed the demo, but I don't think it's going to be my cup of tea overall. But yeah,
I want to play Cricket 24.
I mean, I'm tempted.
You do. Project Game Pass, baby.
And maybe Dungeons of Hinterberg. Because it does.
I would highly recommend Dungeons of Hinterberg. It's
I like that kind of cell shady art style.
Yeah.
So
and it's a lovely game to play. Yeah. Ian, no, it's not all lovely because we get taken away. What's leaving us?
We've only got 3 games leaving us, which is a surprising short list this month, which is good for us. A Short Hike, Train Sim World 4, and Venba.
Nice. So you've got about 10 days to play them.
Venba's really short and it's cool cooking sim, so give it a go.
I very much want to play A Short Hike. I really should get to that before I go away because it's only a few hours long, as I understand.
Yeah, that's a short game as well.
Like my cup of tea. So play that at some point very, very soon indeed. Right, well, 2 hours in, late vibes indeed. 2 hours in, we're there. We've made it. We're back. New season, new us. Well, same us, but new. I don't know. Camera for Graham. There we go. New camera for Graham.
Still shit connection for me.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us. We've made this far, you're a fucking hero. If you want to do what Ross said earlier on, subscribe on YouTube, join the membership, find us on xboxtavern.com, socials, Xbox Tavern, Only Dan's, all sorts of goodness. That'd be wonderful.
Maybe that's how Jay's getting all the money.
It's
flowing locks.
There we go, of course.
Do you know what?
He's making money from Only Dan's.
I reckon. Maybe I should look into this.
He's the agent. That's why.
Yeah.
Yes,
in the back.
90%.
Daniel, more, show me more. Anyway,
No one should be saying, "Show me more" to Daniel.
Thank you very much for listening. Been a pleasure. We will see you next Sunday, 8 p.m. That was a 6-week delayed issue. That was beautiful. Thank you very much for more wonderful podcast shenanigans. And have fun, everybody. Goodbye.
Very well.